Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. So it's currently the school summer holidays here in the UK, and I am completely and utterly overwhelmed already. So when I first started filming this video, it took me 2 days to film it all. We were less than 1 week into the school summer holidays, and I had just come back from a weekend at my sister's. I did make a video on that, and I will link that down below or pop it somewhere in the description. But yeah, I just got back from my sister's. I'd spent a lovely weekend with her, just relaxing, enjoying ourselves, bit of shopping, bit of gardening, all that good stuff. And I have come home to absolute chaos, and I am completely and utterly overwhelmed. I'm so stressed. I knew this was coming. I always try and get ahead a little bit for the summer holidays because I know just how chaotic it is on the house. But clearly I did not do enough because it's descended almost immediately into chaos. So I'm taking a couple of days in the morning before I go to work to try and deal with the house and try and get it back running again. Now, normally when I go away, things do slide, which, I was kind of expecting as well, but I was not expecting it to slide this much and this quickly. So I've got my work cut out for me today, as you saw from the clip at the beginning of the video. So that is pretty much the entirety of my house at the moment. The lounge is a mess, the kitchen's a mess, the bedrooms are a mess, the toilet and bathroom are a mess. That is the case for the entire house. I don't know how it gets that bad that quickly, but it does, and I need to deal with it. So when I am overwhelmed and I need to do a big clean on the house, it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. And it's very easy for me in particular, I don't know about any of you guys, but it's very easy for me to go, wow, I don't even know where to start, to just sit down and kind of ignore it because there's just so much to do and I don't know where to start. So I decided to start today cleaning the window. The window was dirty, the windowsill was dirty, and it kind of gets me in that movement mentality. I'm moving, I'm doing something. I put some music on and I just get cracking with it. I think the worst thing for me personally to do when I'm overwhelmed is sit down. If I sit down, I'm not getting back up again. I'm going to engross myself in my phone. I'm going to engross myself in embroidery, in planning, in anything. I'm such a huge procrastinator. I will do anything but the thing that I don't want to do. And today, the thing that I didn't want to do was sort out the house. I was tired from my sisters. We had a great weekend, but it's a kind of 2.25 hour drive there, a 2.25 hour drive back. We were busy pretty much the whole time we were there, and I was exhausted and I really just wanted to sit down and, enjoy my home and just relax for a little while. I had one more day off, which is the day that you're currently seeing, before I went back to work. And I thought, I just want to sit and enjoy that before I go back to work. But unfortunately, reality had other plans for me. So I ended up dealing with this. And the key for me with overwhelm, do not sit down. Do not go out. Just chip away at it. So I tend to work one area at a time. So I started with the window. I've moved on to the coffee table. I'll move on to the sofas. So I will do one bit at a time because otherwise I'm moving things from place to place and it just gets too much and I'll end up sitting down and ignoring it, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse. So one thing that I am looking to combat today is the bin. I'm having a little bit of an issue now that I have relocated the bin, in that I'm finding people just aren't using it. I pop the bin behind the armchair because I don't like to see bins. Obviously they're necessary, of course, but I don't like to see them. So I popped it down behind this armchair, and now people are not using it. It's too out of the way. It's too difficult for people to go around there and put their rubbish away. So I ended up moving the bin underneath the coffee table. It's still like slightly visible, so I'm going to change it. I think I would like a wicker kind of woven bin, waste paper bin. But it's getting used more. Before, I was finding that people were just putting wrappers on tables, on the sofa, because they didn't want to go round to the bin, so it wasn't working for us, and it's now been moved. So the next area I'm targeting today is the laundry. So as you can see here, my laundry sofa is back in full swing. I've been really, really good at keeping laundry off this sofa. But while I was away at the weekend, my husband did a few wash loads and he dried them outside and he left it here for me to put away. So one thing about my husband is he does not like to fold things. So they all got kind of creased up. So now I have a mountain of ironing to do as well, which I'm not thrilled about. I'm not an ironer. I don't iron. I've managed to finesse my laundry routine to a point now where I don't really need to iron very often at all. And now I've got all of this to iron because he didn't fold it. So I'm a little bit angry with him for not folding it. But you know, the damage is done now. My problem now is that I have got, as you saw a moment ago, only a very tiny ironing board. I got the small ironing board because I don't need to iron very often. But I needed to iron a shirt this morning, so I got it out. But it's occurred to me that that's just too small. It's not practical for this amount of ironing that I now have to do. It's also not very practical for ironing bed linen. So I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and invest in a bigger ironing board. And I also need to get a new iron because mine gave up the ghost this morning while I was ironing my shirt. So yeah, new ironing board and new iron in order. Very, very soon I'm going to get myself a nice cordless iron. If anyone's got any recommendations, please let me know. I'm looking for a nice cordless iron. And I can finally get back to ironing my bed sheets. I used to be absolutely religious about ironing my bedding. I wanted it all to look nice and flat and neat and tidy and perfect. And then for a few years I dropped it and I didn't really care. And I feel like my mind is now getting back into, as I'm getting the house sorted out and getting it how I want it, I'm finding that I'm getting a bit anxious about having the creased bedding now, and I would like to start ironing it again once it goes onto the bed. So definitely a cordless iron. So yeah, if any of you guys have got any recommendations for a really good cordless steam iron, please let me know, because I need to pick up a new one, and I have never had a cordless iron before. I've always had corded, so it's kind of new to me. But yeah, that's something I'm definitely going to have to deal with. But for now, I'm just folding the clothes. I'm popping them into piles of the rooms they need to go into. They will go into those rooms today. And then when the ironing board and iron arrive, or I go and pick them up, I can then actually get on with this ironing. Probably by then it will be a point of I'll be ironing as we need to, or I'll have to go through everybody's closets and just grab everything out that needs ironing, because this is not going to be all of the laundry that I get through before the iron comes. So yeah, that's going to be some fun for me in a week or so when the new iron arrives. I'm going to have to do everyone's ironing, but never mind. The goal today is just to get this off of the sofa so I'm not looking at it. I find when my space is calm and clutter-free around me, my brain is a lot less clutter-free itself. I'm a lot less stressed out. I am dealing with elevated levels of stress at the moment. I'm on some new tablets for anxiety, and yeah, it's kicking my butt at the moment. I won't deny it. So I really need to reduce my stress. And I'm doing that by trying to just keep my surroundings nice so that my brain is not constantly busy. Laundry is always there. It's always going to need doing, but out of sight, out of mind is what I'm going for at the moment. I need it out of the way. I need to not be constantly reminded that I've got laundry to do. So the next room today is going to be the kitchen. I have already done the washing up. I didn't bother to film that because it takes a little while and it's a little bit boring. So I've gone in here, I've done the washing up, and now I'm focusing on the worktops. They are just getting a very quick go over today. Like I say, I'm trying not to stress myself out too much, and that means I'm trying not to get too in depth with the cleaning. I'm just trying to keep on top of it, get the house back in order as best that I can, and that sometimes means just a quick go over, just enough to be hygienic and tidy. It doesn't need to be a deep clean every single time I go into a room, and that's something that I really struggle with. When I'm cleaning things, I want them to look perfect, like completely perfect, brand new after I've finished. And that means I have a tendency to get a little bit carried away when I'm cleaning and end up deep cleaning everything all the time. Whereas what I really need to do is a daily quick clean and maybe like a weekly or a monthly deeper clean. It's a routine that I'm trying to get myself into to prevent future overwhelm. And, you know, it was working until I went away for the weekend. It was working really well. I must not go away for the weekend. I must remember, do not go away for the weekend unless everyone is coming with me, because I come back to utter chaos. So yes, next area that I'm working on in the kitchen is going to be, I think, probably the sink and the floor, and I'm going to give the bins a quick wipe over, and that will be it for the kitchen. I'm not doing a huge amount in here today. So as you can see in the kitchen, there is a lot of plaster dust today. We had the contractor come back out to fix some of the snags in the kitchen, and that involved him taking back some of the plaster, sanding it, filling it, etc. And there is a lot of dust still left. He did clean up most of it, I'll give him his dues, but no one's ever as thorough as me. So I ended up finding a load more. But also I did put up some shelves, which you may have seen in my previous video. I've put up a couple of shelves on the wall, and there was a bit of dust from where I drilled the walls also. So it wasn't all him, it was mainly me. So I'm just cleaning up that today, and then I'll go over the floor with the mop really quickly. I'm just going to use some Zoflora wipes to clean the skirting board, and just to clean that bit of floor where there is still quite a lot of dust, because I've only just washed the mop head and I'm going to be really lazy and I really don't want to wash it again like straight away. So I'm going to get as much of the dust up as I can so that I can go through with the mop and get the rest of it up. We'll see how bad the head is, but I really don't want to be washing it every single day. It's annoying. I need to pick up a few more, but I can never find ones that are the right size for my mop. It might be time to invest in a new mop that has slightly more readily available, let's say, mop heads, because this one, I don't know, it's a particular size. It's just really awkward. You have to get mop heads from a particular place, and it's really annoying. So I'm just going over with the same Zoflora wipes and getting the dust off of the bins. I'm not going to bother getting off the bin bags because I'm going to be emptying the bins tonight anyway, so they will be going. So just off the top of the bins will be fine for now, and I'll deal with the bin bags later on tonight when the bins go out. Okay, time to mop. So one of my colleagues, I was talking to her about how much I love the almond scent on the Method cleaning products, and she actually was out shopping and she saw the almond floor cleaner and she picked it up for me. It was so sweet of her. So I'm using this everywhere now. Everywhere, every floor that I can clean with a mop is getting the almond cleaner because I absolutely love the scent of it. Now technically this is for wooden floors, which this is not. This is lino or vinyl, and I was a little bit worried it was going to leave like a kind of waxy residue, because I'm sure it's probably got some sort of built-in polish or wax in it to make the hard floors, the wood floors look nice, obviously. But it's been okay. I was concerned about it, but it's been absolutely fine, and it smells lovely. I'm very happy that I've got a bottle of this. But when I went up to my sister's at the weekend, I discovered that they've got big refill bottles of the floor cleaner in Dunelm Mill. So if you are looking for the almond floor cleaner and you can't find it, like me, Dunelm Mill, and I think my colleague got that bottle from Sainsbury's. I'm sure she said Sainsbury's. So there you go. So we're now on to day 2. I am back to work today, so I'm trying to get as much done as I can in the morning, and I'm starting off in the bathroom. So my husband's not home from work today, so I got one of those, well, not home from work yet. He is coming home today, but he's not home yet. So I've got a chance to just sneak into the bathroom really quickly and give it a quick go over before he gets home and has to go to bed. So I'm just starting off around the bathtub, getting that all clean, getting this hideous shower door clean again. Oh, I know I express how much I hate this thing in every single video, but I just feel like I can't get across how much I hate this thing. Please understand, I absolutely loathe, despise, detest this damn thing. I really do. I'm pretty sure now that I'm going to be getting some frosting stuff and making it frosted, because like almost the second I have cleaned it, someone will go for a shower, someone will go wash their hair, whatever, and it will get watermarks on it. And you know, if I'm not in there cleaning this thing 5 times a day as we each go for a shower, it just constantly is mucky and I absolutely hate it. So I will temporarily be putting some frosting stuff on it, and I think I'm going to replace the door itself with a proper frosted door that's meant to be frosted, or even just get rid of it altogether and go back to a shower curtain. I hated shower curtains, but my hate for shower curtains is no match for my hatred for this godforsaken shower door. Hate the things. So anyway, rant over, that bit's done. Just giving the bath a quick swill out. I do this daily. It's one of those things that I do want to deep clean every single time, but I try to tell myself there's no point, someone's going to go for a shower in a minute, just give it a quick wash out. It gets a deep clean when we have a bath, particularly if we use a bubble bath or a bath bomb, things like that leave a kind of residue on the bath, that ring that you get. I will do a deep clean on the bath then, but when it's showers, a quick go over with some Flash every day is perfectly adequate, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So we had the contractor out in the toilet and the bathroom, finishing some bits off as well. So I wanted to clean behind here before I started putting everything back. And the same with the toilet, I will clean everything in there before I start putting the bits back as well. So my husband has been into the toilet room since the guy has been out because, the next dilemma. So he fixed the problems with the plaster, and he sanded back the plaster, and then he painted over the filler with matte white paint. The rest of the room is silk white paint. So I sometimes wonder how these people survive. But it's very, very obvious where he is patched because it's now matte paint and the rest of it's silk. So my husband went into the toilet, and we have to do the bathroom as well, and he has sanded down the walls with our electric sander so that I can paint the whole thing matte. I do prefer silk or satin in the toilet and the bathroom because they're easier to wipe down, but they did leave a brand new tin of matte paint, so we're just going to use that. Honestly, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. We have to go and sand the bathroom as well yet, but we're just doing one room at a time. I'll get the toilet painted and then I will go back to the bathroom. So while my husband was sanding back the toilet, he did not move anything out of there. So everything is covered in dust. So everything that was on the landing is now covered in dust. I'm dusting as I'm going through, putting everything back. Honestly, it feels like this week is like every step that I take forward, I'm knocked back about 10. And I have to do 5 or 6 different things before I can do each clean. It's been an absolute nightmare this week. That's why I'm overwhelmed. But I'm so glad to have these rooms back to my kind of standard. And look, because he's not back yet, I actually get time to get into my room and clean that for you guys. I haven't even managed to do like a room reveal since I have redecorated this room. So here we go. Ta-da! This is my room. Honestly, I'm hopeless with this kind of thing. So I recently redecorated this room, and I have not been in here to do a proper clean in so long because my husband is always asleep. With him working nights, he sleeps during the day, and then I'm at work in the evening. So I never get a chance to get in here and actually clean it and clean up all the decorating stuff and all the dust and stuff. So because he was back particularly late today, I took the advantage to get in here to get a bit of filming done for you guys. So there you go. This is my bedroom. I know it's been a while. Yes, it's been redecorated. It is now that lovely olive green that I love so well. And the ceiling and the skirting boards and the doors and all of that are in the Dulux, natural hessians. So they're like a cream colour now. I love it. I'm very, very happy with it. But I would like to do a few bits in here before I consider this room finished. I would like to get a really nice oak headboard for the bed. We currently have the old headboard from the old bed behind this. It doesn't actually attach. It was built into the old bed frame. But it just stops us from marking the walls in our sleep, kind of where our heads or hands brush against the wall. It's a matte paint, so it does mark. So I've just popped that headboard behind the bed for now, but it doesn't attach. it's just kind of hanging out there for now. But a nice oak headboard would be lovely. I would also like oak bedside tables in like a kind of like a greyed oak, you know, or even like a limed oak would be nice as well in here. So I don't consider the room finished, but it is redecorated now, so it's a little bit nicer to be in. The mould hasn't grown back. I seem to have managed to tackle that so that it's not coming back. We'll see in the winter, that's when it's at its worst, obviously. But yeah, the damp so far seems to be held off. I've also rebuilt my desk and I've put my chest of drawers underneath it. I don't use this desk very much anymore because, like I say, my husband's usually asleep in here. I used to sit here and edit, but I don't anymore. So it's just become like a kind of, I don't know, stationery printer area that we use now and then. That'll do for now, that's totally fine. But yeah, it's nice to be able to film in my room and show you guys what's kind of going on in here. I know it's a bit of an enigma at the moment, but yeah, we'll get it figured out to when I can film in there and I can do small bits in there and show you guys what I'm up to. But yeah, really happy to have the bedroom back to an actual bedroom rather than just a storage ground for all of my decorating bits. It's going to sleep very well tonight. So the last thing I'm going to be doing in this video is just giving the bedroom a quick hoover. My hoover needs cleaning out, it's full of plaster dust, but we'll deal with that another day. And that will be it for today's video, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed spending my overwhelmed clean with me. I'm so glad it's finished. If you'd like to see more cleaning videos, please have a look in the top corner. I'll pop a card there for my cleaning playlist. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.